What is up, everyone? Welcome to today's reaction video, and today's reaction is the very special monthly request of my incredible Patreon follower Kate, aka the Blind Librarian. Kate, thank you so much for your support and for this request. I know that you're going through a horrendous time at the moment. The Herd are sending you so much love. I am sending you so much love. Not DJ, Dylan is sending you so much love, and I truly hope that things get better, if not better, then at least easier for you very soon. But I reached out to Kate and made sure that she still wanted to move forward with this reaction. She said that she definitely does. So today we are reacting to Linkin Park's Breaking the Habit being done as an acoustic cover by Jonathan Young. I can't even imagine what this is going to be. I think Jonathan is going to physically attack my soul with this one, because a Jonathan Young acoustic cover would be bonkers anyway, but this song as an acoustic cover is just, ooh, I can't even begin to imagine. So I can't wait to check this out. I'm super excited. I love Linkin Park. They were such a big part of my childhood / early teen years. If you're going to talk about music that helped shape the person and was such a during their most influential part of their life, was something that someone was obsessed with, Meteor and Hybrid Theory were my jam. I was obsessed. So yeah, I can't wait to hear what Joyo does with this one. As always, guys, please check out the original video linked in the description below. Give it a like, give it a comment, subscribe to Jonathan Young if you haven't already. And we're going to get into this. This is Linkin Park's Breaking the Habit being covered as an acoustic cover by Jonathan Young. Let's go.
Like opening the wound and picking me apart again. You are awesome. I'm safe here in my room, unless I try to start again.
Oh my gosh, Jonathan's voice just sounds so rich and beautiful here. Oh my gosh. Immediately he's pulling the emotion, but taking that aside, it's just Chester's voice was one of a kind, but he sings it in this very kind of he has a very a higher type sound to him, and a more nasally type sound to him. Not in a bad way, but a nasally type sound to him. Joyo is keeping it warm and deep, and it's just it's not the same song, but it's gorgeous.
I'm safe here in my room, unless I try to start again. I don't want to be the one that battles always choose, 'cause inside I realize that I'm the one confused. I don't know what's worth fighting for, or why I have to scream. I don't know why I instigate and say what I don't mean. I don't know how I got this way. I know it's not right, so I'm breaking the habit tonight.
The thing I love about this as well is Jonathan hasn't tried to do any big production for the video clip, anything over the top, or even he could have just done himself on a black background and tried to perform it artists like Colin McGuinness and Dan Bask do in a lot of their videos. But he hasn't done that. He's taken it and just made it so that he's sitting there with an acoustic guitar playing the song in a studio setting, and you feel on top of the fact that you're getting these emotional vocals and this acoustic version, you feel like you're getting this raw and unfiltered version of Joyo. Not any kind of production or performance. You just feel like you're getting Jonathan Young performing and showing and bearing emotion, and it is stunning. Absolutely gorgeous. That chorus was amazing.
I'm breaking the heaven tonight. Clutching my cure, I tightly lock the door and try to catch my breath again.
I love how long he held the N on there. Like at the end of again, he held it for so long, and it's just he's this is one of the times where Joyo has not like he's not covering this song. He is reinventing this song. He is changing this song, and I would almost go as far to say upgrading this song, because if I wasn't stopping it so often to talk about it, I would probably be getting way too emotional. In case you guys haven't noticed from my other reactions, my coping mechanism or my protection for myself is that if I'm starting to get too emotional about something, I pause it and I have a talk and I comment on the sound, or I comment on what they're doing, or I'll even comment on how emotional it is, because otherwise I'll end up a blibbering mess. And this is one of those songs, any Linkin Park song, by the way, you could take almost any Linkin Park song and do exactly what Jonathan Young has done to this one. Slow them down, make them acoustic, and they will surgically cut you open and remove your heart and give it away, because it is, every one of them, the lyrics are just heartbreaking. But yeah.
My breath again. I hurt much more than any time before. I had no options left to go. I don't want to be the one the battles always choose. Inside I realize that I'm the one confused. I don't know what's worth fighting for, or why I have to scream. I don't know why I instigate and say what I don't mean. I don't know how I got this way. I know it's not alright, so I'm breaking the heaven. It's the night.
I know it's the worst possible time to pause there, guys. I was going to pause earlier. I didn't want to break up the chorus. And then I just remembered that this is, of all the choruses, this is the one that goes straight into the bridge, which I can't even think how Jonathan's going to tackle that in an acoustic version, because Chester is mind-blowing in that section. I can't wait for it. But I wanted to, like, before the chorus even started, I had wanted to comment on, it was gorgeous the way that he dropped like all of the guitar out and just sang the few lines, like the few words there. It was absolutely stunning. And then the big note that he did in the small changes that Jonathan's making to this song. What I'm trying to say is the small changes he's making are gorgeous. Every single one of them. It's not just he's changing the song to make it his own or to not be like the original. He's making every change he's made feels like it's with intention, and because it's what serves the song best. And it's just brilliant, brilliant arranging. I know you can't technically call it songwriting because, you know, it's a pre-existing song, but the way that he's reinventing it makes it feel like a whole new song that he's put together, and it's gorgeous. I'm going to take this back a bit so we can get the full lead into this, because it's going to be awesome.
Alright, so I'm breaking the heaven. It's the night I'll paint it on the walls, 'cause I'm the one that falls. I'll never fight again, and this is how it ends. I don't know what's worth fighting for. Oh boy, I have to scream, but now I have some clarity. That's all you So I'm breaking the habit, breaking the habit. I'm breaking the habit tonight.
I love the way, and it really catches it at the end here in that last build. The way that he manages to build the vocals and the guitar so flawlessly and so naturally together. So it's like it's like these waves of emotion come over him where it turns into that kind of distortion in his voice, or that like scream type or yell type sound in his voice, that growl. And at the same time, each time it happens, the guitar kind of gets louder and those more intense strings, and it all becomes too much, and then goes back down, and then he built it back up again. And it's just beautiful the way that he manages to make the vocals and the music, he made them both pair up so beautifully as they did that. Considering it's just an acoustic guitar, Jonathan is just so good because like my brain would never immediately think. I'm not a music person. I've never played an instrument, but my brain doesn't think about an instrument being able to be played in so many vastly different ways. To be able to convey emotion through an instrument alone is such a cool thing to me. And if you heard that song just being played on the guitar, you can tell the difference between the way it's being strummed at the start and the way that it's being attacked in that last section there. And it's so cool. Ooh. Chester helped inspire me to become the musician I am today. He touched millions of hearts and with his music and will be deeply missed. Oh my gosh, was this around the time that Chester passed? Was this an actual tribute for Chester? Oh my god. I had no idea of that coming into it. I should have looked at when it came out. I didn't even think to do that. Wow. You underestimate and you don't think about even bands like Linkin Park and the number of artists that they have influenced and that people they've driven into music. Like I said, Linkin Park for me was like my formative years. The songs, that the music that you listen to when you're in those teen years are the ones that kind of stay with you for life. You will never get out of that music genre. It'll always be a part of you. Linkin Park was like the foundation of that for me. Linkin Park are one of the earliest bands I can remember ever gravitating towards on my own. Well, them and Backstreet Boys, but they were like my childhood. As a teenager, when I was finding my identity, Linkin Park was one of the first bands I remember going, Mum, can you buy me all their CDs? Can you buy me everything they've ever made? Because I was obsessed. Even their terrible collaboration with Jay-Z, which has one, maybe two passable songs on it, but I still own the CD. But yeah, either way, Chester was an absolute, completely unique entity in terms of what he could do vocally, and it's such a, yeah, the fact that you sit there in hindsight and read those lyrics, and there's no two ways around it. They'll cry for help, and because we all identified with them in our own way, we didn't hear it the way that it needed to be heard. And I know that he had his band around him. He had the people that loved him, the people that cared about him. I mentioned all of that in my reaction to the Linkin Park song that I have earlier in the channel. It's one of my earlier reactions. When the channel was very fresh, I reacted to a Linkin Park song because they released like a forgotten song or a lost song that I hadn't heard. So yeah, check that out. But yeah, it's just one of those things. I know he had a support network around him. He had so many people that loved him and cared about him. But it's, when you listen to those lyrics now, you just want to rewind time and be able to be the person to help him, because it's so hard. Either way, Jonathan did this so much justice, and there's still a bit more video here, so I'm gonna see if he says anything else. But I had no idea this came out around that time, you guys. Damn. What a gorgeous tribute. Absolutely stunning tribute. Jonathan can just do no wrong. I have now heard him do like crooning style I've heard him do Disney covers. I've heard him do every kind of rock imaginable. And every time he knocks it out of the park. And the fact that he can just casually sit there with an acoustic guitar and make me feel these kind of things is bonkers. The man is just talent personified. But guys, please go to the original video, give it a listen to in its entirety without my pauses. Give it a like, give it a comment, subscribe to Jonathan Young if you haven't already. Also, leave me a like and a comment, subscribe to me if you haven't, because it helps out the channel so much. I want to grow it as big as we can. Check me out over on Patreon, where you can vote for the weekly polls that I have there, which some of them feature Jonathan Young, so you might get a chance to put more of his stuff on the channel here if you're a super fan. I also do 2 weekly TV show reactions, a monthly movie reaction, a monthly live stream, and at the highest tier, you can get a guaranteed reaction right here on the channel, just like Kate did today. Check all that out over on Patreon, guys, and I will see you in the next reaction video. Have a great day, night, morning, evening, afternoon, whatever time zone you're in, and I'll see you next time. Bye.